Flexing a budget involves taking the costs that vary with activity and changing the budget so that it is the results as if we created the budget using the activity we actually had. Looking at the example here, we originally thought we were going to have sales of 1,000 units. We ended up having sales of 950 units. So what we're going to do is adjust the figures for direct materials, direct labor, maintenance, and utilities so that they're created on the basis of the actual number of units that were produced and sold, not on the original budget. So first thing in terms of flexing, we flex the sales, and this will give us the sales price per unit. And so once we have that, we can work out what the flex sales budget should have been. And so that's going to be the actual sales multiplied by the budgeted price per unit, meaning that the sales should have been €109,250 for sales of 950 units. Next step is to look at the direct materials. And so again, we're going to use those units. So 60,000 divided by 1,000 gives you €60 per unit. Then multiply 60 by the 950, giving €57,000. Next is the flexing of the direct labor. And so again, it's going to be the direct labor divided by the number of units, which gives you €24 per unit. Multiplying a flex direct labor figure of €22,800. And again, we're going to divide the cost by the number of units, and that tells us that it's $350 per unit. You end up with a flex maintenance by 950 of €3,325. So now we need to flex the utilities. And the utilities are different from variable costs in that they have a fixed element and a variable element. So in this case, we have a standing charge because it's electricity, it's €1,500. Variable element is the utilities minus the standing charge. So in this example, it's €20,000. And so to flex it, we divide the flexible element by the budgeted units and multiply by the actual units and then add back the utility. So it's going to be 19,000 plus 1,500, giving a flexed utilities budget of €20,500. The last step is to undertake the variance analysis. And so we're going to slot all of the figures into a table. And so we've the budgeted figures, we've the flexed figures, and then we're going to compare the flexed figures with the actual figures. And what you'll see, many more of the figures are favorable, or even if they're still adverse, the adverse figure is much less. So by flexing the budget, we think we get a more realistic view of actual performance.